Hello, this is Jenny Lup, the person behind Crafty Crochet Castle, and in this video I'll show you the pattern to crochet this adorable milk plush. You can crochet this along with the cookie plush, and this duo would make adorable gifts. The link for the cookie plush is in the description box below. You can also crochet this milk plush in a smaller yarn, and this size would be perfect for keychains or little toys. This pattern is simple and the tutorial is beginner friendly, and I hope you will crochet this along with me. To crochet the milk plush, I'm using yarn in two colors, light blue and white, and you would need a tiny amount of yarn in black to embroider the facial details. I'm using worsted weight yarn here for this tutorial and a 4.5 mm crochet hook along with this. You can use any yarn for this project, but make sure to choose a hook that is 1 or 2 sizes smaller than the recommended hook size for your yarn weight. For this bigger plush, I've used burnout blanket yarn and a 7 mm crochet hook. You would also need scissors, stitch markers, yarn needle, polyester fiber fill. For the project using worsted weight yarn, I've used a 7 mm safety eyes here, and for this project I've used 14 mm safety eyes. The details of these materials are in the description box below. Now let us get started working on our project. We'll be crocheting the glass with the milk first. So I'm taking my white yarn here. I will do a magic circle. To do a magic circle, I'm going to take my yarn and I will wrap it around my 2 fingers and cross it over at the point where the yarn meets. Next, I will pinch at this point and take my 2 fingers out, and we have a little ring here. Now I will insert my hook inside the ring. I will yarn over and bring a loop from the skein end. So now I'm going to take all my fingers out and carefully hold everything in place over here, and make sure the loop on the hook is of the correct tension. That is, it's not too tight or not too loose, and the hook can move freely over here. Now I will yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. So there we have made our magic circle. I'll be working our round 1 stitches in these 2 strands of yarn over here. If you find it hard to do a magic circle, you can always do chain 2 and work your round 1 stitches in the second chain from the hook. So for round 1, I will do 8 single crochet inside the ring. To do a single crochet, I will insert my hook inside the ring. I will yarn over and bring a loop. So now we have 2 loops on the hook. I will yarn over and pull through both the loops at once. So this is 1 single crochet. I'll make 7 more single crochet here so that we have a total of 8 single crochet for round 1. So after completing 8 single crochet, our project looks like this. If you're unsure of the total number of stitches, you can always turn your project to the top and you can count the stitches. Each V is 1 stitch. So make sure you have a total of 8 single crochet here. Now let us close the magic circle opening. To do so, I'll grab the tail in one hand and hold the stitches in the other. Now I will slowly start pulling the tail and see how the opening is getting closed. So once when you pull it tight, the opening will close completely and we have a little circle here. So for this pattern, we'll be working in rounds, and I'm not going to join at the end of each round with a slip stitch. You can use a stitch marker to mark the last stitch of the round. By doing so, you can easily find the last stitch in the round, and we do not have to count the total number of stitches in each round. Now let's start working on round 2. For round 2, I will do 2 single crochet in every stitch around. So this is the very first single crochet that we did. So I'll be inserting my hook inside the V over here, and I will do 2 single crochet in the same stitch. Likewise, I will be doing 2 single crochet in every stitch over here. Round 2 will have a total of 16 single crochet. So now we are at the last stitch over here. When you come to this stitch, you can remove the stitch marker and crochet the stitches in the last stitch. In this round, we'll be crocheting 2 single crochet in the last stitch. So I'll be doing 2 single crochet here, and I will place the stitch marker back in the last stitch. If you do not have a stitch marker, you can use a piece of another color yarn. So this is how the project will look at the end of round 2. Now let's work on round 3. For round 3, the repeat pattern will be 2 single crochet in the next stitch. So I'll be working 2 single crochet in the same stitch here, and I will do 1 single crochet in the next stitch. So I'll be repeating this pattern throughout for this round. The pattern is 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch. 2 single crochet is also called as a single crochet increase. Round 3 will have a total of 24 single crochet, and at the end of the round we'll be joining with a slip stitch. So now I'm at the last stitch over here. For round 3, the last stitch will have 1 single crochet. So once when I do that, our project looks like this, and at the end of the round we'll be joining with a slip stitch. So to do so, I will insert my hook in the next stitch or the very first single crochet of round 3, and then I will yarn over and bring a loop through the stitch and through the loop on the hook. So this is called a slip stitch. By doing so, we have closed our circle over here, and this is how our project will look at the end of round 3. Now let's work on round 4. For round 4, I will start off by doing a chain 1. To do a chain, I will yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook. This is a chain, and this is not counted as a stitch in this pattern. So now I will be working a single crochet around in the back loop only for every stitch over here. So normally when we are inserting a hook, we'll insert it inside the stitch like this, that is in the V, and we have 2 loops over here. The loop that is near you is the front loop, and the loop that is away from you is the back loop. So for this entire round, I'll be inserting my hook in this back loop alone, and I'll be working 1 single crochet in every stitch. Because we worked in the back loop only, we have a little ridge over here. This ridge will separate the bottom of our glass to the sides of the glass, and on the inside the project will look like this. This is how our project will look at the end of round 4. We have a little ridge around our glass over here. Now let us put a pause to this project and secure this magic circle opening. So here it has not opened, but sometimes when we are working on a project, this opening tends to open up. So to prevent so, you can turn your project to the wrong side and you can grab the magic circle tail and pull it tight. This will completely close the opening, and then we can take our yarn needle, insert our tail in it, and we can secure this tail with a knot in the loops in the wrong side. This would prevent the magic circle opening from opening up, and because this will be on the inside of the project, we do not have to weave this in. This will be inside our project and we will be stuffing it over here. Now let's continue working on our project. So for round 5, we'll be working 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Make sure to skip the chain 1 and start your first single crochet on top of the single crochet over here. Round 5 will have a total of 24 single crochet. I'll be working 1 single crochet around in all of these stitches, and I will meet you at the end of round 5. For this round, we'll be working on both the loops and we will not be joining at the end of the round. I'll meet you once when I complete round 5. For round 6, the repeat pattern will be 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. This is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this will be the repeat pattern for the remaining stitches in the round. The repeat pattern would be 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 5 stitches. This round will have a total of 28 single crochet. I'll be repeating this pattern 2 more times, and I will meet you after I complete 28 single crochet for round 6. This is how the project will look at the end of round 6. Now for the next 2 rounds, which is round 7 and 8, I'll be following the same pattern. The pattern is 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Each round will have a total of 28 single crochet, and when you're at the end of the round, make sure to remove the stitch marker, crochet 1 single crochet there, and then put the stitch marker back in the last stitch. So I will crochet round 7 and 8 off camera, and I'll meet you at the end of round 8. This is how our milk will look at the end of round 8, and our glass is getting taller. So if you would like to count the total number of rounds, you can count each circle, and each circle will be each round. So now let us work on round 9. Round 9 will have a repeat pattern, and the pattern is 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 6 stitches. So I'll be repeating this pattern 3 more times over here, and this round will have a total of 32 single crochet. I'll meet you once when I complete all the stitches for round 9. For round 10, the repeat pattern is 1 single crochet in every stitch around. This round will have a total of 32 single crochet, and I will meet you when I'm at the last stitch for the round. After this round, we'll be changing our color. I'll be crocheting the last stitch of round 10, that is a 32nd single crochet. In this stitch, we'll be changing our yarn color. So to do so, I will insert my hook inside the stitch, yarn over and bring a loop. Instead of yarning over and completing this single crochet with the same color yarn, I'm going to take the light blue yarn and hold the tail behind our project like this, and I will yarn over and bring a loop through the 2 loops on the hook. So there we have changed our yarn color over here. So once when you do so, you can grab the white yarn and the tail and you can pull it tight. And then we can fasten off the white color yarn. This is completely optional, but if you would like to secure these 2 tails with a knot, you can do so. This will be on the inside of the project, so we do not have to worry about weaving in the tails. So there we have changed our yarn color, and for rounds 11 and 12 we'll be working with this light blue yarn. For round 11, the pattern is 1 single crochet in every stitch around. This round will have a total of 32 single crochet. I will meet you at the end of round 11. This is how our project will look at this point. Now let us crochet the last round for this milk, which is round 12. In this round also, I'll be working 1 single crochet in every stitch around. This round will have a total of 32 single crochet, and at the end of the round we'll be joining with a slip stitch, and we'll be fastening off our blue yarn over here. I will meet you after I crochet all the stitches for round 12. After completing 32 single crochets for round 12, I'll join with a slip stitch in the next stitch, and then we can fasten off our yarn over here. To do so, I will leave a tail over here, and then I will trim the yarn. Next, I will yarn over and pull through the loop on the hook all the way through like this and tighten this up. So there we have completed our milk. Now let us crochet the milk that will go on top of the glass. So to do so, I'm taking my white yarn here. For round 1, I will do a magic circle and 8 single crochet inside the ring. If you find it hard to work a magic circle, you can do chain 2 and work your 8 single crochet in the second chain. For this pattern also, we'll be working in rounds, and I'm not going to join at the end of each round unless I mention it. And you can use a stitch marker to mark the last stitch of the round. For round 2, I'll do 2 single crochet in every stitch around. Round 2 will have a total of 16 single crochet. For round 3, the repeat pattern is 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next stitch. I'll be repeating this pattern all the way around till I'm at the last stitch over here, and this round will have a total of 24 single crochet. In this pattern, the magic circle opening is opening up, so let us close this. We'll put a pause to the project, turn it to the wrong side, pull the tail tight and secure it with a knot. Now let us continue working on the project. We'll crochet round 4 here. In this round, the repeat pattern is 2 single crochet in the next stitch, followed by 1 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. I'll be repeating this pattern all the way around over here, and this round will have a total of 32 single crochets. I'll meet you when I complete the 32nd single crochet for round 4. After completing the 32nd single crochet in round 4, we can join with a slip stitch in the next stitch and fasten off over here, leaving a long tail. We'll be using this tail to sew this milk on top of the glass, so make sure the tail is long enough. Here we have a little circle. This would fit perfectly on top of our glass over here, like this. Now let us crochet the hands. For that, I'm using white yarn as well. I will start my hands by doing a magic circle and 6 single crochet inside the ring for round 1. You can also do chain 2 and work your 6 single crochet in the second chain from the hook. For round 2, I will do 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Round 2 will have a total of 6 single crochet. For this pattern also, we'll be working in rounds, and I'm not going to join at the end of each round unless I mention it. After completing the last single crochet for round 2, make sure to flip your project to the right side. The project will tend to be on the wrong side, so make sure to flip it, and once again you can close the magic circle opening on the wrong side. Now let us crochet the last round for our hands, which is round 3. In this round also, we'll be working 1 single crochet in every stitch around. This round will also have a total of 6 single crochet. After completing 6 single crochet, we can join with a slip stitch in the next stitch, and we can fasten off over here. Once again, we'll be using this tail to sew this hand onto our milk, so make sure the tail is long enough. You can stuff the magic circle tail inside the little hand, and if you're using a bigger yarn, you need to stuff this hand very lightly. Because I'm using a smaller acrylic yarn here, because I'm using a smaller yarn, and I do not have to stuff this, and we do not need to close this opening. So this is how our hand will look. Make sure to crochet one more. Now let us crochet the legs. I'll start off with my light blue yarn here. For round 1, I will do a magic circle and 8 single crochet inside the ring. For this pattern also, we'll be working in rounds. For round 2, we'll be working only in the back loops. So I will do 1 single crochet in the back loop only of the next 2 stitches. Followed by a single crochet 2 together or a single crochet decrease. To do so, I will insert my hook in the back loop only of the next stitch. I will yarn over and bring a loop. So now we have 2 loops on the hook. Now I will insert my hook in the back loop only of the next stitch. I will yarn over and bring up a loop. Now we have a total of 3 loops on the hook. I will yarn over and pull through all 3 loops at once. We have taken 2 stitches in the bottom and completed it as 1 stitch. This is a single crochet 2 together or a single crochet decrease. Now I will do the single crochet 2 together one more time over here. This time also we'll be working only in the back loops. So now we have 2 stitches remaining here. I will do 1 single crochet in the back loop only of the next 2 stitches. This round will have a total of 6 stitches. And at the end of the round, I'll be changing my yarn color to white again. So I will start my single crochet like how I would normally do. And instead of finishing it with the same color yarn, I'm going to hold my white yarn over here and I will complete the single crochet with a white yarn. And we can fasten off blue yarn here. And this is how our project will look at the end of round 2. We have a ridge that separates the bottom of the leg to the side of the leg. The stitches where we would have done the 2 single crochet decreases will be on the top portion of our leg, so that we have a little shape over here. Now let's continue working on our legs. For rounds 3 and 4, I'll be following the same pattern. The pattern is 1 single crochet in every stitch around. Each round will have a total of 6 single crochet, and we'll be working in both the loops over here. And now I'm crocheting the 4th round of our leg. After completing all the stitches in round 4, we can join with a slip stitch, and then we can fasten off over here, leaving a long tail. We'll be using this tail to sew the leg onto our milk. Here we have completed one leg. The decreases form the little shape to our leg, and the other side is flat. Make sure to crochet one more leg, and you can stuff all these tails back into the leg. You can stuff this lightly with polyester fiber fill. I'm going to leave it as such over here, and the opening of the leg will remain like this, and we will not be closing it. So there we have completed one leg. Make sure to crochet one more. So here are the finished pieces. We have the glass with milk, the milk, hands, legs, and the eyes. Now let's see how to assemble them. The first step in the assembly is to fix the eyes. So I'll be using safety eyes here. If you do not have it, you can embroider the eyes as well. I'll be inserting my eyes between round 8 and 9. And it will be 5 stitches apart. And then using a black yarn and needle, you can embroider the mouth below the eyes in rounds 8. The next step is to stuff the milk with polyester fiber fill up to round 10. The next step is to take the milk, thread the long tail in a yarn needle and position the wrong side on the inside of our milk glass like this. And we can sew it on the loops of round 10 on the inside of our glass over here like this. So I will meet you after I sew this milk. After sewing up the milk, our project looks like this. Now let me show you how to weave in the tail. To weave in the tail for any amigurumi, all you have to do is insert the needle next to the yarn over here and bring it through the stuffing and pull it out in any random spot. Make sure not to pull it too tight because we do not want our project to lose its shape. So once when we have done that, we can take out the needle and then trim the yarn over here. So there we have assembled the milk on top of our glass over here and we have weaved in the tail. Now let me show you how to weave in this tail. And when we do not have stuffing nearby, we cannot insert it like this and this would not have a cleaner finish. So to weave in this tail, I'm gonna insert my needle through some of the loops in the wrong side. Make sure to use only the loops and not the entire stitch itself. And we can go about in any direction for this type of weaving. We can either go in a zigzag, up and down, or in a round. And once when it is near the stuffing over here like this, I'm going to insert my needle into the stuffing and I'm going to pull it out at any random spot. Now we can trim off the yarn over here. And I will weave in the black yarn as well, and I will meet you once when I do that. The next step in the assembly is to attach the hands to either side of our milk over here. So I'm going to take one of the hand, I will thread its long tail in a yarn needle and I will position the hand to the side of our milk over here and I will sew it on rounds 8 and 9. In the same way, I will take the other hand and I will attach it on the other side of our milk like this. I will meet you once when I attach this. And the last step of the assembly is to attach the legs onto our milk like this. Make sure to position the decreases of round 2 to be on top of the leg and you can sew this along round 4 just below the eyes like this. I will meet you after I sew both the legs. This is the milk after assembling all the pieces and weaving in all the tails. You can use a bigger yarn for the same pattern and your project will turn out to be much bigger. Make sure to check out my other tutorial for this cookies so that you can crochet the cookies and milk duo. I hope you enjoy crocheting this along with me. Please show your support by subscribing to my channel. Thank you for watching.